ways. Well, at this point in the program, we now get into our lecture segment, and this morning we are talking about a very, very important concept. We are talking about the importance of self-discovery. I want to talk to you about the importance of self-discovery, why it actually matters, what it looks like, and how it can change your life in ways you might not expect. So first of all, let's be absolutely honest. Most of us spend a lot of time performing, so to speak. We perform for approval. We perform to fit in. We perform to avoid disappointment. We decide who we should be based on what other people want from us. Hence the reason why I used the term perform. It's a performance. And at first, that might feel safe, but over time, it can become extremely exhausting. When you don't know yourself, you constantly look outside of yourself for answers. So self-discovery is the process of turning that lens inward, so to speak. It's learning what you actually value, what you genuinely enjoy, what drives you, what motivates you, but also what drains you. It also means becoming aware of your patterns, like why you choose certain people within your circles, why you react in certain ways, or why you keep repeating the same mistakes again and again in your life, just in different forms. Now you might be thinking, okay, but why is that even important? Why can't I just keep living my life? The reason self-discovery matters is because your life will always reflect what you understand about yourself. If you only know a version of yourself that is shaped by other people, then you will keep making choices that match that particular version, even when it doesn't truly satisfy your mind. So self-discovery gives you clarity, and clarity brings power. When you understand yourself, you are better able to make decisions, to make good decisions about relationships, about careers, about boundaries, about priorities, without needing to second guess yourself every step of the way. So you stop asking, what will people think? And you start asking, what is right and what is correct for me? Now, another reason self-discovery is so important is that it helps you to build authenticity. Authenticity doesn't mean that you have to share everything about yourself. It means you stop pretending to be someone that you are not. It means your actions all of a sudden start to line up with your beliefs. And that alignment can create inner peace. And that inner peace is not something that you can get from external sources alone. You can achieve goals and still feel empty in the end. And if you never discovered what those goals might mean to you, there will always be an empty feeling from within. So self-discovery also strengthens your resilience. I mean, think about it. When life gets hard, the hardest part isn't always the pain. The hardest part sometimes can be the confusion in your mind. But when you know yourself, you know very well how to cope. You know what you need to do in order to cope. You know what you will do even when the emotions are running high, even when the emotions are strong. You know how you would respond. And you can weather those storms because you are grounded. So I guess the next big question is, what does self-discovery actually looks like? It's not just one big moment where everything suddenly clicks. It's more like a series of honest questions and consistent reflection. For example, you may ask yourself, what do I believe about myself? What do I want from life? Not what do I think, not what I think I should want. What do I actually want? What am I tolerating that I should not? What do I keep ignoring because it's uncomfortable? And you can practice self-discovery through journaling, through meditation, through therapy, through meaningful conversations, or even time alone when you can clear your mind and when you can hear your own thoughts. You can also practice it by paying attention. Paying attention is of utmost importance. Notice your own self. Notice what makes you come alive. Notice what makes you shut down. Notice what triggers you, because triggers often reveal unmet needs and unresolved beliefs. Now, here's a key truth. Self-discovery can sometimes be very uncomfortable. Sometimes on the path to self-discovery, you discover things about yourself that you don't want to admit. You discover things that you don't like. But discomfort is often the beginning of growth. It means that you are finally seeing the truth clearly. Also, it's important to remember that self-discovery is not selfish. It doesn't mean that you ignore other people. It means that you show up as a real person. When you know yourself, you can love more honestly. You can set boundaries without guilt. You can pursue opportunities with confidence. And you can stop measuring your worth by someone else's standards. Self-discovery is important because it helps you to live a more meaningful life. You learn how to take better care of yourself when you understand yourself. Plus, you might find a more fulfilling career if you are connected to your true inner self. And I wanted to share with you this small anecdote. So there was once a traveler who was slowly walking along a road when he hears the sound of a galloping horse approaching from behind. So he turns around and he sees a man riding a horse moving swiftly towards his direction. Now when the man got closer, the traveler asked, "Where are you going?" To which the man replied, "I don't know. Why don't you ask the horse?" And so saying, he rides away. Now the moral of that particular anecdote is that the horse in the story represents your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind runs on past conditioning. It is nothing but a computer program, so to speak. And if you are lost in the program controls you and leads you wherever it feels like. Instead, when you become self-aware, you start to become aware of your programs, so to speak. You start looking at them objectively. And once you become aware of the program, you start to control the program, not the other way around. And the moment you find yourself in the midst of the jungle of the world, only then can you really begin to progress. And the world is a funny place. The world has a funny way of dashing your hopes, as a result of which sometimes you tend to lose yourself. And sometimes when you lose yourself, the most difficult thing is to eventually find yourself. So I want to share with you this morning 3 steps to finding yourself. Number 1, have faith and courage. Don't be fazed by life. In life, situations are meant to happen. Accept that as part and parcel of life. And if you end up on the wrong end of the stick for doing the right thing, Allah will eventually open better doors for you in the future. Number 2, be prepared to step out of your comfort zone. Not everywhere you go in the world, you're going to be greeted by warmth, by the warmth of your comfort zone. Remember, the real growth can only happen outside of your comfort zone. So get comfortable stepping outside of that zone. And number 3, don't let anyone hinder your progress, because in life, that is your greatest project. Don't show your weaknesses to others. Self-development is indeed your greatest investment, simply because it directly impacts your future. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And I can tell you this, the only journey worthwhile taking is a journey that leads to finding yourself. So I want to leave you with this. Take time to meet yourself. Take time to get to know yourself. Not the perfect version, not the version you think you should be. Meet the real you. Get to know the real you with curiosity, with patience, and with courage. Because the more you discover who you are, the more freedom you have to live a life that truly belongs to you.